Alright, here we go. So here's how we go through it. My advice is when we're going through these, we try and start at the bottom and we work our way up as we go through. So I can see the smallest value there looks like 20. Once you've got a value, you put a line through it. Okay, and then you work your way through, progressively putting a line through each value as you go. I can't see any 24s. Have we got any 24s?
No.
25s, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 26, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 26s. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many 27s? 1, 2, 3. How many 28s? 1, 2, 3. Just going to start here again. No good. How many 29s? 129. How many 30s? 1, 2, 3. 3. How many 31s? 3. So why do you think people make mistakes when they're doing this? Because it's a very complicated activity. No 32s, 2 33s, and 134. Cool. So if I was to calculate the median, and again, if I'm a little bit unsure, what I do is I just work my way in like so.
28.
My median is 27. Now, if I had two numbers, say I had 27 and 28 for my two median scores, what would I do?
Exactly the same.
I'd find exactly the centre, so I'd add those two together and divide them by 2. So what I've done is I've taken an average of those two numbers, correct? Awesome. Calculate the mean. So this is definitely a calculator. 20 plus 23 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25. That's 143 plus 247. Okay, you do that in your head. Add them all up, what do we get? What was the top number?
28.
27.
How did you get 27? What's 28? How much did you divide by?
Well, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25.
Yeah.
So it should be something divided by 25, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I did wrong.
600 or something.
Not very bad. They're all right.
693 divided by 25.
693 divided by 25, which equals?
27.72.
I remember the 24, that's all right.
27.72, correct?
That is correct.
Now, E, would the mean or the median be the better value here? Or does it not really matter? It doesn't really matter, okay? The reason it doesn't really matter is because we've got no real outliers. Happy with that? If we had a major outlier, the median would be better. Why is that important? Why is it important to know the mean or the median? Is this a high value context? Does shoe size matter?
Yes.
To Bailey it does, but to most other people, really doesn't matter. Who might care about this data? Shoe companies, because they need to know what size they should be making, correct? And where most people sit. An example of why this is important, right? Let's say Harrison stumbled upon, he's just created a new app or something, he stumbled upon a little bit of money, wants to leave home, wants to buy a house somewhere. Mason, why would Harrison need to know about medians and means if he wants to buy a house?
The average price.
The average price, why? Why does that matter?
So you're not overpaying.
So he's not overpaying, correct?
Yeah.
Because when Harrison walks up, has Harrison bought a house before? Never bought a house before, he's got no idea. He walks up to a property, Mount Pleasant says, I'll pay $1 million, thanks. Owner's pretty happy, correct?
Yeah.
I can tell you Harrison walks into some suburbs in Brisbane and says, I'll pay $1 million, thanks. I'll say, oh yeah, see you later, mate. Thanks for your time. Why is that?
Because it's more high price there.
Why is it more high price?
More populations.
More population, correct? The house might be exactly the same. But Harrison needs to know how much what costs. Not the house. What changes the average house price? The area you're buying in, correct? So it's really, really important that Harrison understands where the normal house sits. Otherwise he'll get stung. He'll pay more money than he should. Just a couple of dollars, hey Harrison. It's a little bit over. What should we use, a median or a mean house price?
You could have a massive mansion.
Yeah, let's say 3 streets over, someone decides to build a quadruple decker, pool on each deck, tennis court on the top house. They just sold the house, it sold for $15 million.
That's obviously, that's a way.
Do you want that, does that house represent the normal house?
That's where it is.
Probably does. If you're in certain parts of Sydney maybe, but for most people, that doesn't represent a normal house. We want our middle house. Cool? Our median house, and you're exactly right, we should pick that because some people might decide to build a massive mansion, and we don't want that affecting the normal person's house price. Cool? What do you reckon, Angus? Time for range?
Yeah.
What's range?
The top highest minus the lowest.
Okay, find me the range of that data set. Off you go.